So let's take a peek at our next parameter, parameter h. And I've transferred again our original transformation here with all the parameters highlighted in green. So what happens when we change our parameter h? Well, it's an additive parameter, so it's added or subtracted from our function. And if you look at the placement here, there's actually a negative sign in front of it, and that's really important to note because that's going to change how we interpret whenever we're looking at a function. So we need to know that it's x minus h. Okay, so if h is less than 0, so if h is negative, we end up with a horizontal translation to the left. So the whole function will move to the left. If h is greater than 0, then our function will move to the right. So let's take a look at these two examples of this happening. Our first here, this function in black is y is equal to x squared. And this one here, it actually wrote it up for me, but this should be y is equal to x plus 2 squared. Okay, so it's got it expanded, but I actually want to look at it this way. We can see that that value of h is inside of the bracket with the x. Okay, that's important to note about the location of h. And we can see it's actually right here. Plus 2 is the value of negative h. Okay, so it's a negative 2 is our value of h. That was a little bit confusing way to say it, but h is a negative 2 because we remember our original format when we look at this. It's x minus h. So if we have a plus sign there, that means we must have had a double negative. It would have been x minus a negative 2 squared. These two things are the same as each other, the x plus 2 squared and the x minus a negative 2 squared. We don't like to write a double negative, so we write it as x plus 2. So that's our transformation. We can see that it's been moved from here over to here. It's been moved to the left. A translation to the right. So this is our original function, y is equal to x squared. And this one is actually y is equal to x minus 2 squared. So in this case, my value of h is just 2. And we can see here that it's been translated over here. It's been moved over to the right. And if you remember working with quadratics last year, you actually know from looking at that function that 2 would have been your 0.